A game by David Zemansky. Click the title to begin. The Moon Sliver is intended to be completed in a single sitting, and there is no save system. It is suggested you set aside an hour to complete it. WADS is move, space is jump, right mouse button is toggle flashlight on or off, left mouse button is interact examine, escape is toggle menu. Oh, what? Okay. Toggle, not toggle menu, but toggle menu. Let's put it way down here. Put the volume way up here. I'm pretty sure that's an on-GUI menu system, which is the old way of doing stuff in Unity. Or of doing user interfaces in Unity, I should say. I think that's still too high. That'll be fine for now. Ooh, there's like stuff in here. Conserve your flashlight battery. Charge it at power outlets. Explore freely. Piece the story together. When night falls, enter the mountain. Daniel was a quiet man who spent his life lost in the books of old, or lost in his own thoughts. He wondered where the barrels had come from, and who had put them there. Hey, flashlight. There we go. I can see stuff. Issa? I can't tell, I've got my FPS thing in the way. Issa was the oldest. Ooh. Wait a minute. Is that a problem? Yeah, that is a problem. Well, dang. Okay. My overlay stuff is in the way. What am I gonna do about that? Guess I'll. Oh, what? Hold on. Okay. Let's put this there. Here. That's fine. And let's put this. Here, maybe? Okay. Oh, right. That'll be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and start this timer. Okay, Issa was the oldest, and if not the wisest, certainly the most learned. She remembered when Josiah still lived, and she would sit on this crate and listen to his stories. Those memories, like so many others, were bittersweet. Ellie was a sullen and beautiful girl, the youngest of all of them, with a mind unfit for lofty thoughts. She had once come in here to see if there was any old firewood. Otherwise, she stayed in her cluttered house, where it was warm and familiar. A mind unfit for lofty thoughts. I feel like that's a really kind way to say someone's kind of a dum-dum. Or at least simple. Abel loved Issa, and he loved Daniel and Ellie, but when his mind wasn't turned toward their well-being, it was filled with thoughts of bleak hopelessness. Sometimes he would rifle through the barrel. The promise of undiscovered trinkets raise his spirits, if only temporarily. Looks like bones. Like, scraps, maybe, from... Recharge it at power outlet. That looks like manure or something. Uh-oh. That's interesting, the way that when you get close to stuff, it like... Wait, what did that say? Yesterday, 4 people lived on this island. Now only 1 remains. I've got to fix my layout on my second screen here. Do you have any experience making games or game assets? House? It's locked or something. Ooh, power outlet. Am I recharged just by clicking on it once? I'm gonna assume that I am. I've made 3D art, and that's what I went to school for. They reached the ruins and strolled leisurely through them toward the shoreline. Issa could remember when the old buildings still stood here, filled with families. And then after I left school, I did programming for game stuff. These conversations were not new. Long ago, Issa had learned to love Abel despite and for his despondency. She hugged him as the wind tossed her long gray hair around. "I'm sorry," he said, and he cried because he often cried during these talks. For what she said. For a lot of things. "We're old, Isa," said Abel, "and we're getting older." "We've been getting older since we were born," said Isa. She was always smiling. Abel never smiled. "I feel like I missed life," he said, "like it whizzed right by while I wasn't looking, and I'm watching it disappear into the horizon, stuck in this prison." "Oh, come on," she said. "Look out at the water. Isn't it beautiful?" "It's lonely," he said. "Lonely and infinite." I feel like I might be doing some of these out of order. The night was wild and cold. The monstrous tracks leading from the hatch were brand new. The wind quickly erased them. This. Some sort of puzzle, looks like. Could just brute force it. I don't feel like brute forcing it right now. There were no spider webs on the skeletal remains. The last of the spiders died years ago. What skeletal remain? Of this thing? Is that what they're talking about? Not like an actual skeleton, but whatever this was. That's my guess. There's like a thing in the wall over here. Come back when night falls. What? Yeah, I started doing programming when I got out. Trying to make those productive games. I haven't really made video games all that much, but in hindsight, video games would be a lot more fun. I made one game, Pong Ball, with a group of people for the Double Fine Amnesia Fortnite. I might have mentioned that before. I'm saying that she knows more than she's telling us, said Ellie. Sounds like there's, conflict. What is your problem with Issa? Daniel said, putting his book down. He was annoyed at being interrupted here. I'm saying that she knows more than she's telling us, said Ellie. She keeps the chapel locked. She's the only one with the key, said Ellie, leaning on the barrels and folding her arms. You're saying she took it, he said. What's this? My problem is that she's a liar, said Ellie angrily, fiddling with the knobs on the machine as she paced around, and that I have to keep explaining this to you over and over again. You don't know her like I know her. Exactly. You're not an impartial judge, he said. Okay. Can I fiddle with the dials on the machine? Do the dials on the machine tell me something? I think a question pops up when I click on something. I guess there's not much reason for me to just click wildly. A strange, acidic smell emanated from the pipe. Well, that's weird. Strange, acidic smell. Issa kept a smile on her face, although she did not feel like smiling. She sat down beside the flashlight. What about Ellie? Has Ellie mentioned anything to you? She said. She didn't take it either, he said. Nor did I, and nor did Abel, she said, and yet it's gone. The rusted junk cast shadows on the opposite wall. How do you know Abel didn't take it? He said. Because I trust him, she said. He's a dismal man, but he would never hurt any of us. Do you trust Ellie? Daniel didn't answer immediately. I trust all of you, he said, because that's how we have to live. Nope. Very dim flashlight. But it does have something. Daniel, you're the last one I gave the key to, said Issa. Daniel stared at the mysterious control panels. He didn't meet her eyes. He never met anyone's eyes. I didn't take it, he said. Why would I take it? I'm the one that told you it was missing. The missing key. Missing key. Hey, telephone poles. That is some kind of clue. about the situation. Oh, there's some there too. But those are in the water. Sometimes telephone poles, I think, do go over the water, but the water may have come afterwards, I think. The mysterious liquid had drained from the tank and into the water long ago. Mysterious liquid. Maybe some sort of post-apocalyptic situation, I'm thinking. This place was a forest once. These skeletons were all that remained. Issa could remember the glorious living trees, barely. A damp tangle of trees and foliage, free to run wild and unkempt. Unkempt. The broken ground looks really good at an angle. Not as good when you look straight at it, but at an angle it looks really good. Have I been in here? No, come back when night falls. Okay. I think yeah, these are... Yeah, I've been there. Been there, been here. Is this... That's nothing. Something else out there. Don't know what it is. Can I get in the water? Only sort of. That may be a boat. Not sure. A sunk boat. These conversations were not new. Long ago, Issa had learned to love Abel, despite and for his despondency. Oh yeah, I read that one. That one had been read. Don't know what I missed. There is that place. Oh hey, more buildings. Some of them are in the water. Yeah, there's that hatch that has a thing on it that I didn't want to brute force. Oh, fire. How about that? And a key. This is my house? Issa could not talk to Abel about her feelings because Abel was overburdened with his own. So she often sat at her desk and wrote. She did not know who would ever read her papers, but there was something profound about preserving thoughts so that they would live long after there was nobody around to read them. I believe the word of Hector and the religious teachings that were passed on to me. Maybe the moon is still out there, hidden behind some cloud of darkness, and maybe the ones who went before us are waiting there. There's no way to know. We have to wait for death to find out. And truth be told, I am ready. I am ready for the beginning of a new adventure. I remember when the moon still shined, when each night was bathed in warm silver, and the shadows were mysterious and friendly, and the island was a place of joy. That was many years ago. Since it disappeared, this place has become cold and stark, plagued by an inexplicable sense of loss and despondency. Daniel and Ellie are young. They do not feel it. They don't remember what the world used to be like, but Abel and I do, and we are both filled with longing for intangible joys that it can no longer provide, for friends that do not exist, for feelings that cannot be reasonably felt. When I was younger, I smiled because I felt like smiling. Now, that smile is a disguise. So this is... what, Ellie's? Issa's place? She took the knife from the shelf. The blade was dull and rusty, but it was still pointed. She was not smiling. Well, that's ominous. Issa. Issa. And this might be the key they were talking about. So that could mean that Issa stole the key. Or it could mean something else. They could make more candles. They couldn't make more wood. So Abel burned candles. Okay. There's an evil man on this island, and I know him well. We played together as youths. We have cried together. We have eaten together. We have loved the same woman, betrayed the same woman. He is my constant companion and my worst enemy. He puppets my arms, legs, and mouth to his own selfish ends, and secretly hurts everyone I love as I watch. Helpless with their unshed, unfelt blood on my hands, he... How can their blood be unshed and unfelt on his hands? Maybe it's metaphorical. He gifts my flesh with indescribable pleasures, and blights my soul with unutterable despair. His name is sin, and we are irrevocably bound together. Surely there exists no hell worse than this. Abel read to escape. Daniel read to feed his lofty, strange thoughts. Issa read to pass the time, but Ellie? As far as Abel knew, she hadn't opened a book in years. What did she do all day? He didn't know. Sometimes he worried about her. He worried about all of them. Were they as melancholy as he was? I haven't been paying enough attention to their names. I think Ellie is the dense one. The simple one. So, we got a key. How do I use my key? Can I not use my key? Why would there still be electricity in the outlets? And if there's electricity in the outlets, why wouldn't they be using that electricity for more things? I wonder if that's something that's explained, or if it's just part of the game mechanics. What childlike emptiness I feel, to find the most peaceful solace in fantasy, to find in masquerades a truth more vivid than reality. What sort of twisted villains were the ancient writers, to taunt us with unreachable worlds more beautiful than our own? We have enough stored food to live long lives. When our wood runs out, we will be cold, but only so cold as to be uncomfortable. The water is rising, but it will be many years before it reaches our homes. Technically we will survive, but to what end? This island is all the world we know, and it is nothing but the broken pieces of a fairy tale. Yeah, I can't really crouch to like get a better look at it, and looks like the indicator icon doesn't pay attention to the lock, it just pays attention to the lid. Yeah, it's a valid curiosity. Books. Some books there. Can hardly see the books through the thing. It's very possible that this game puts so much text on the screen that there's nowhere that I can put my my user interface elements and not cover up part of the text some of the time. Okay, it looks very foggy or dusty. Something that's something that David Zemansky did in his previous game. Abel often visited Daniel. He loved to talk, and Daniel loved to listen. Issa and I were out for a walk, said Abel as he entered. I thought I'd stop by before you got caught up in a book. Daniel put his books down. Hello, he said. His expression confused Abel. Well, what does that mean? Daniel stared at the pile of wood. He hadn't burned wood for months. Let's talk about Ellie instead. Abel was silent for a moment. What about Ellie? He said. Daniel didn't need to answer. Abel swallowed. All right. Let's talk about Ellie. I've been thinking about life, said Abel, sitting down, and death, and uncertainty. That might be the first one. Oh. Doesn't let me walk over it, but only like right here. Funny. I usually don't talk this much. Okay. Just like in general. Around living daily life. My throat's getting a little sore. What were you and Abel doing at his house yesterday while I was climbing the mountain? He answered, casually flipping through the book on her table. What were you and Abel doing at his house yesterday while I was climbing the mountain? But he didn't answer. He asked. Okay. Whatever, that's fine. Still haven't found... Is that it? That's it? That's all of it? What were you and Abel doing at his house yesterday? While I was climbing the mountain. You and Abel. So... I think Abel and Issa are the old people. Yeah, they were asking about Ellie. Okay, I think I've been in all these. This is the one with the fire. And the key, it had a key. None of them have outlets though, so I can charge this dang flashlight. Maybe there's an outlet up here. There is. What a strange place for an outlet. That's the only thing that's up here, too. Here's another one of these. The door rusted shut. It would never open. Well, I guess there's no point in trying this then. Hey, music. There's some more ruins out in the water. Daniel sat with Ellie under the tree, his arm around her. Don't know if there's any sort of progression, or if you just try to find everything. You can walk a lot faster in this game than you can in the other game. What was it? Finger Bones. That was one thing that bothered me about Finger Bones, is that you just walk so slow. Can't walk any faster. Abel loved Issa, and he loved Daniel and Ellie, but when his mind wasn't turned toward their well-being. Yeah, okay. Abel's old. He loves everybody. Daniel's younger. Ellie's younger. I think Abel and Issa are a couple, but maybe Daniel has also... Issa was the oldest. Josiah. Ellie is the youngest. Been here. I've got a key. There's that thing. Couldn't open, even though I have a key. And there's that hatch. It was the box. The box couldn't open. What is this? Thought I've been in here before, but it doesn't look familiar. Maybe I missed it somehow. Daniel was still thinking about his talk with Abel the day before as he absent-minded. Oh, this is the one that was locked. Okay. Still thinking about his talk with Abel the day before as he absent-mindedly picked the book up. Something caught his eye, or rather, the lack of something. O world, O prison dingy white, O ghostly shadow grey, your whelming lies of false delight are dark and cold as moonless night and bleak as sunless day. Okay. The word of Hector 1. Hector the First. The moon sliver was written by the pure spring rain upon pages of dried leaves and found by noble Hector. The moon spoke to Hector, saying, "Take this, the moon sliver, and make for it a place in the chapel of infinite light, for it is a holy document. Man cannot read it, but its every letter is known to the demons of the night, and greatly feared. Know that it will protect you, even should my light cease to bathe the night in holy silver. Give it a place of honor, and treat it as a prized possession, for it is your weapon against evil." And so Hector took the moon sliver and placed it in the chapel of infinite light. upon a silver pedestal, and the night was warm with light, and the day was bright with warmth. Looks kind of like a pedestal. He stared at the empty dais for some time, struggling to comprehend. I'm sure that's supposed to be comprehend. This simple, shocking fact. Had someone moved it? Issa, perhaps? She was the only one with the key to the Chapel of Infinite Light, but Ellie or Abel could have borrowed it from her, as he had done, or taken it. Regardless, he had to tell the others. I think it's Abel. Wait. That's who. No, Daniel. Here's Daniel that found. Okay, so there was something there. The moon sliver was there and it was stolen. Was written? Okay, so it was something that was written. The moon sliver was something that was written. The word of okay. I think these are volumes. I don't think it's... But it could be different Hectors. Different generations of Hectors. I think it's probably different parts of the same text though. Again the moon came to Hector in a dream. The woodland teeth is vanquished, it said. Your people are safe for now. But it still waits, lurking in the depths. It fears the moon sliver, and it will not dare appear again while the holy document remains in your possession. Know this. Should the moon sliver ever be destroyed, even my divine light will not be able to save you from the wrath of the wooden teeth and the darkness of hell. Keep it safe, keep it ready, and may you live in prosperity on this island that I have given you. Let your prosperity be a sign that the words I speak are true. Nothing? Ah. The word of Hector 3. Most of the text is illegible. Hector descended. Darkness, terrible whispering, infinite and deep. Did not know how long he wandered. Promises of brutal torture and mutilation waiting. Begone, teeth of the forest. Spoke the holy incantations written upon. Return to the surface. I don't Oh. The word of Hector 2. Okay, so word of Hector 1. He talks about the moon sliver being written and how it should be placed in a special place and preserved and not. That it's important to keep away the demons of the night. And then 2, the woodland teeth, the monster of the forest, was more tenacious than the other demons. It hated the people of Hector and desired to take the island away from them, and it lurked in dark corners and unseen passageways, scheming horrific schemes. It came to pass that Ursula was taken, stalked by the woodland teeth in the dark underground, attacked and dragged down to hell. Then the moon came to Hector in a dream and said, Hector, the time has come. Your great enemy has arrived. You would all do well to tremble, for his power is great and his depravity is unspeakable. Go, take the moon sliver from its pedestal, and do battle. And so Hector went to the chapel of infinite light, retrieved the moon sliver, and went into the tunnels. Okay, so that's 2. Okay, and that's 3. Okay, Hector descended into darkness. His terrible whispering, infinite and deep. Not know how long he wandered. Promises of brutal torture and mutilation waiting. Begone, teeth of the forest. Spoke the holy incantations written upon. Returned to the service. So he went in there, and it was dark and scary and deep, and he vanquished the demon and came back. It's like, is there no 4? Is there no 4? Ah, here's 4. Again, the moon came to. Okay, so. Again, the moon came to Hector in a dream. The woodland teeth has vanquished its head. Your people are safe for now, but it still waits, lurking in the depths. It fears the moon sliver, and it will not dare appear again while the holy document remains in your possession. But know this: should the moon sliver ever be destroyed, even by divine light, will not be able to save you from the wrath of the woodland teeth and the darkness of hell. Even my divine light will not be able to. Keep it safe, keep it ready. May you live in prosperity in the islands that I've given to you. Let your prosperity be a sign that the words I speak are true. Okay. So that wasn't Hector speaking, that was the moon speaking. That was the moon speaking to him. Daniel found that the moon sliver, which I think is a written document, had been stolen. That was interesting. Oh, it's night now. Okay. This monstrous tracks leading from the hatch were brand new. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Do it later. There's a thing over here. There it is. Come back when night falls. I thought it had fallen. Seems pretty damn dark. The heck? Okay, I mean... what if it doesn't tell me? What if it doesn't tell me? I don't want to brute force this. Brute force. I don't want to brute force this. Brute force. I don't want to brute force this. Bruce Fort. I don't know what else to do. Don't really want to walk everywhere. Okay. Let's see here. First one down. Right. Second one down. Down, forward. I can't do it. I can't do that. I need to methodically go through each option, but I can't think of how to do them in the correct order. The trees. What to do? Has anything changed? I mean, it got darker. Been everywhere else. This stuff. Are there 4 of those? Let's see. Up left, down left, left, up right. Up left, down left, left, up right. Left, down right, up right, left. Left, down right, up right, left. Okay. Those are the same. They are the same? They are exactly the same. Okay. Keeps the chapel locked. She's the only one with a key, said Ellie. Okay. Okay, this is Ellie. This is Ellie talking. I think it starts here. What is your problem with Issa? Daniel said, putting his book down. He was annoyed at being interrupted here. Interrupted. Got a U. Got an extra U there. I'm saying she knows more than she's telling us. My problem is that she's a liar. Okay. It was Ellie that was fiddling with the knobs. So dark. Issa kept a smile on her face. Daniel, you're the last one I gave the key to, said Issa. So Daniel gave... or Daniel found that the key was missing. And he told Issa... and... Daniel trusts everybody. He's the one who found the key missing. She kind of blames him, or at least says that he's the last one he gave her to. That. Flashlight is mysteriously on, even though mine can't stay on. Feel kind of stuck, like I did in the other game. Acidic smell. It's dark. It's dark. It's dark. It's dark. It should be night, because it's dark. But does it come back when night falls? How has night not fallen yet? How have I not been ever? Oh! I don't think there was a fire here before. Maybe there was. Okay, so Daniel is the one asking someone what someone else was doing at Abel's house, either Ellie or Issa. Why is that the only thing in here? Okay, so there's two that have the thing. I don't know, I'm lost. The same thing happened in the other David Zemansky game I was playing, is that I just reached a point where I just couldn't figure out what to do next. Oh, there is another key. What the heck? That's the key to this. Issa didn't know what the object was, but she remembered her father tinkering with it in his workshop when she was a girl. The workshop and the adjoining home were now far underwater. She was not a young woman. Even now, seeing it brought her comfort. Abel came in. How do I get into storage? He asked. She shut and locked the box. I've told you before, she said. I forgot, he said. I don't go there often. Press the first 3 until they click. Leave the 4th one. I feel like I did that. Maybe I didn't hear the click. In Finger Bones, there was like a auditory sound whenever I got the password right, and I didn't hear it because my volume was too low. That's why I turned the volume all the way up when I started this game. Okay, press the first 3, leave the last one. Maybe I never did that. Press the first 3, leave the last one. There's like a vignette. Kind of like an eye thing? I don't know. I didn't hear it click. Okay, I'm into storage. Making progress. This is just a big empty room with an electrical outlet. Where is there electricity coming from? Ominous music. There's lights, but there's no light coming from them. Ellie was uneasy. The darkness had never felt this menacing before. It seemed alive, watchful. This part feels like Penumbra. The original Penumbra. I think it's called Penumbra Overture now, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, that's kind of mazy. Kind of labyrinthine. Okay. A family of rats lived amid the crates of dried food. They were perhaps the last animals left alive. That's plausible. For rats to be the last animals left alive. Is there nothing? That was it? That was it. Just a red dead end with a thing about rats. Okay. Okay, there's some pipes. is that? Ellie? Daniel's voice echoed around the tunnels. Silence. Spooky. He couldn't explain the feeling. It was as though something was lurking around every corner, staying out of sight, staying ahead of her. It's gonna have jump scares. Ooh. Daniel heard soft, scratching footsteps behind him. He turned and shined his flashlight around the tunnel. Nothing. Is there a spot that I can charge this? Yes, there we go. Like a maze. I'm gonna go left. He called again. Ellie! Still no answer. But he heard the footsteps again. Oof. Let's go left. If we always go left first, it'll be easier to figure out where I need to go next. That's a big ass room. Oh! Mean sound. Is that a pile of bones? Or a pile of wood? She felt its breath before she felt its claws, and then she was gone. It is a pile of wood. I thought they said they were low on wood. That's a flashlight though. Power not on. So there's something down here that killed Ellie? Kinda spooked me. Kinda spooked me, not gonna lie. I'll walk through the dark. You can see the pipes. Okay, I went left first. Now it's time to go right. Daniel gonna get beasted too. Yep, there's the flashlight. He didn't even have time to cry out at the shadow silhouetted in his flashlight being lunging toward him. Hammer. Ah. Okay. So that's what happened to Ellie and Daniel. What about Abel? Isa. She'd never felt like this before. She knew these tunnels well. She had been down here hundreds of times, yet she was lost. Lost, confused, and afraid. I'm guessing that's Ellie? Ellie. Poor Ellie got taken by a beast. I wonder if the beast is Isa or Abel. Okay. That's a dead end. That is a dead end. I think the kind of foggy... I think the fogginess thing might kind of be a number thing too. I already went that way, didn't I? Oh, another hatch. Code was long forgotten. Nobody had been below in many years. Obviously not that. I want to find the code. I'll leave it. No. I think when I get out of here... No, wait. No, it was dark. No, it wasn't dark. Okay, I think when I get out of here it'll be dark. But I think... The night was wild and cold. The monstrous tracks leading from the hatch were brand new, but the wind quickly erased them. Okay, we got light. That's a lot of wind. Jeez. I kind of feel like when you left the area in Penumbra, it was kind of like that too. Lisa couldn't remember the last time she had been under the mountain. There was no reason to come here, but she had looked everywhere else. She clutched the old knife in her right hand. Yesterday, the moon sliver went missing. Today, Ellie, Daniel, and Abel were all nowhere to be found. She knew the word of Hector by heart. The sinister implications were not lost on her. Okay, so Ellie and Daniel went into the storage and got beasted. But what happened to Abel? What happened to Abel? Oh, Abel was in here. Ellie? She called? Daniel? Abel? Abel heard her and answered. I'm here. There was something strange about his voice. Something Issa didn't like. What are you doing here? You know where Ellie and Daniel are? He said. I do not, he said. They are missing, he said. They are missing and the moon sliver is missing. You understand me? You understand what this implies? Night will fall in a few hours, and we need to stick together. Oh, I do, he said. Night will fall in a few hours, and we need to stick together. We can sleep in the same house. Mine or yours. We'll keep the fire burning. We'll keep the door locked. And we will pray, Abel. We will pray to the unseen moon for mercy and protection. Are you happy here, Issa? We can't stay in the dark. It thrives in the dark. Are you happy? Yes, I'm happy. Please, Abel. My flashlight died. There were tears in his eyes. And he struggled to control his voice. Issa, I know you. I know every inch of you. I know every corner of your mind. You aren't happy. None of us are happy. Issa didn't respond. I'm staying here. The tears were flowing freely now. I would like it if you stayed with me. Issa, please stay with me. We'll find you, Abel. I let it out, Issa. I destroyed the moon sliver. Issa was shocked and silent. I burned it yesterday, after I talked with Daniel. Her eyes were filling with betrayed, angry tears. What? Abel, no! Why? You want to be dragged to hell? You want us to be dragged there with you? We're already in hell. This island, this horrible, barren, lonely island, this place of sin, this is hell. I saw the blasphemous scraps of paper Jeremiah found, those many years ago. I read them before they were destroyed. Perhaps I was the only one who did, and I do not believe them. But I have lived life since then, and I have seen the truth of their words. Issa could not respond. As tears streamed down her face, she just kept walking toward the sound of his voice, the knife clutched in her hand. I can't see anything. Okay. You did not read the blasphemous scraps, Issa, but I did, and I remember them with incredible clarity, supernatural clarity even. Fear not the dark shadows, or the scratches in the night, or the woodland teeth is your salvation, it is your escape. It said this, and more, Issa. The woodland teeth is not here to take us to hell, it is here to take us away from hell. She could see him ahead, her flashlight beam cutting through the sickly fog. He was sitting in a chair, a book on his lap. As she approached, she could see that he was crying too. I believe the word of Hector, she said, and I will not go to hell. Please trust me, please. I believe the word of Hector, she said again. She put the knife to her chest, point first. No, no, Issa, please don't. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I love you, she spat tearfully. I love you so much. She closed her eyes and pushed. She remembered where the heart was located from one of her father's old books. Abel was too slow to catch her falling body. He knelt beside her and sobbed for some time. He was not a strong young man anymore, but Issa's body was light. He would take her out to the water. She had always loved the water. But then what? Read? Read until it found him? No, he didn't feel like reading anymore. He was ready to be rid of this entire cursed island, books and all. Like a light or something now. Would simply wander, aimlessly and freely, to take one last look at the island, feel the wind blowing the memories away. And then, when night fell, he would return. Light a candle, and wait. Is there nothing to click on? Just a candle? Oh! Okay. Hello. There's like a person or something there. That's pretty creepy. Oh. Whoa, I'm still moving. Thought that was the end. Was that the woodland teeth taking me to heaven or something? Morning dawned on the empty island. Cold and bright and windy. The moon sliver. Created by David Zemansky. Jefe Queso. Sound assets. Freesound.org, Mysticool, Coops, Lenore de Sons, Deku, Echo Bones, Buzz Poppy, Mario. Oh, these are the names of the people on freesound.org, I'm pretty sure. Textures. DeviantArt.com. A bunch of names of people on DeviantArt. So, all the sound assets came from freesound.org. All the textures came from DeviantArt.com. Engine is Unity 4 free version. That's old. Dedicated to Rachel Zemansky. Wonder if that's a wife or sister? Mother? The end. Okay, what now? Escape? I'm hitting buttons and nothing's happening. Think. Oh. I can still move around. I can look at the edges of the boxes of the planes. This is just like a very big old rectangle. Okay, so that's the end. Alright, I guess I'll just exit. Alright. That's it for the end of the stream.